Good afternoon and welcome to Lunchtime News. You're with me, Sarah Fonseca. But before we head into our stories, first we'll take a look at your headlines.
An individual killed in a shooting in Hikkaduwa. Another shooting reported from Matara. Extraordinary Gazette notification issued banning 14 people living overseas linked to the LTTE from entering Sri Lanka. Pentagon asked to house migrant minors at the military bases.
Into your lead story now, the chief suspect of the shooting that took place between police and a gang of thieves who attempted to rob a jewelry store in the Mathura town was arrested. A police constable who was injured died while receiving treatment at the Mathura General Hospital. Police media spokesperson SP Ruwangunasekara said 3 police officers who sustained injuries in the shooting were admitted to the Mathura hospital. SP Ruwangunasekara said the shootout took place when a police mobile patrol dispatched to look into the incident. A civilian who was injured in the incident was also admitted to the hospital following the incident. The main suspect who was arrested was identified as Chamara Indrajit, a resident of Veyangoda. Search operations are underway to apprehend the rest of the suspects. 2 motorcycles and an automatic firearm used by the suspects have been taken into police custody. In local news now, an extraordinary gazette has been issued banning 14 former members of the LTT who are currently overseas for re-entering Sri Lanka. The gazette has been issued signed by Secretary to the Ministry of Defence President's Counsel Kapila Vaidyaratna. Various charges including being engaged in terrorism-related activities and funding for terrorism have been levelled against them. 1 person was killed in a shooting which took place this morning in the Vavala Hikkaduwa.
Police said 2 men in a motorbike had opened fire at the victim who was riding a bicycle and thereafter fled the area. The victim has been identified as Inasi Chamindo, a 30-year-old underworld gang member. The cause for the shooting is yet to be determined and the Hikkaduwa police are investigating the incident.
1 person was killed in a shooting which took place this morning in Hikkaduwa. Without we want more local news, 1 person was hacked to death with a sharp weapon in the Ijra Nagar in Pothuel. The murder was the result of an escalated argument between the owner of a house and a servant. The 52-year-old servant was killed in the attack. The owner of the house has fled the area after committing the murder, and the Pothuel police have launched a manhunt to apprehend the suspect. The 16 SLFP MPs who defected from the government convened a media briefing in Colombo.
We have opened a legal office affiliated to our group. We have decided to attend the parliamentary group meeting of the joint opposition next week. In addition, we have been informed by the JO plans of inviting us as well. Both sides will be able to function as the joint opposition in parliament. We hope to join hands in changing this government and establishing a progressive government in the country. Why do some members in the joint opposition reprimand us? We say we will make Mahinda Rajapaksa as the Prime Minister, if possible before the presidential election and under the incumbent president. When we say that, they say they do not want such thing. They want to make Mahinda Rajapaksa the president. It will be good if they can do so. But legally they can't do it. It is easy to yell, but it is difficult to read the law. According to the law, Mahinda cannot contest. If a person nominated by Mahinda Rajapaksa is to win, Mahinda is aware he needs to bring together all communities in the country. For that, the group of 16 is also required. He needs everyone. We work according to what Mahinda Rajapaksa says. Mahinda has not obtained the membership of the Flowerbird Party. None of the JO from the SLFP and even Dinesh Gunawardena and Vasudeva Nanayakara have obtained membership of the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna. Basil Rajapaksa, who is not in parliament, might have obtained the membership of the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna.
A national seminar titled Delivering a Safe World to mark World Accreditation Day 2018 was held in Colombo yesterday. This seminar was organized by Sri Lanka Accreditation Board in collaboration with the United Nations Industrial Development Organization.
The World Accreditation Day is celebrated on the 9th of June to raise awareness of the importance of accreditation.
We have to consider that the world's natural resources are being steadily depleted. The effects of climate change are not yet fully being felt. And already today, 10% of the population faces chronic food insecurity, with 1 billion people suffering chronic hunger. Accreditation provides marked differentiation and objective proof that products are safe. Thus, it will help Sri Lanka act locally but think globally about the quality of its exports. This is the reason we want to invest in your country's systems to ensure food safety, health, and a cleaner environment.
Also addressing the gathering, Minister Dr. Sarath Amrugama spoke about the recent concerns surrounding canned fish imported to the country.
Now this means that all those commodities, whether they are made here and sent outside or made outside and sent to Sri Lanka, have to be subjected to basic tests. Recently in the ITI we had complaints that there were worms in the canned fish that was imported to this country. Now that is a very, very serious allegation, and I am very glad that our Sri Lanka Standards Institute, which comes under my ministry, was the first to say that this is unacceptable. Now as members of the public, you must ask, how has this gone on for such a long time? Who has been issuing certification for this type of substandard products? What are the various governmental agencies which have signed off on these activities? The public must know that if any of these commodities that go out of this country or come into this country has got that certification, they should be rest assured that this has met those global standards. Otherwise, we are letting down the public of this country. We have a problem of certification of tea, certification of rubber, certification of our primary products. Can't sweep this under the carpet.
Minister Ravindra Samarveera engaged in an observation tour of the Koggala Free Trade Zone. Following the visit, he responded to questions raised by the media.
It's like this. The government is yet to decide when to conduct the provincial council elections. The minority parties are having issues with the existing election system. There are issues over demarcation. The way I see it, the minor parties are against for the elections being held under this system. If the government decides to go ahead with the elections under the previous system, the government will hold the elections in December. We need to be prepared without any fear. We cannot say that. We will have to see when it happens.
JVP MP Nalinda Jayatissa donated a hand tractor to the Pannipetia Agrarian Service Centre in Kalukara.
Four JVP MPs, including myself and Anurul Kumara Disanayaka, represent the Committee on Public Enterprises or COPE. We have never made or received calls from Arjun Aloysius. We have never had SMS interactions with them. But I am aware the UNP MP from the Gampar district, who was seated next to me during the later stage of the COPE inquiry on the central bank bond scam, received a phone call. And the caller was Arjun Aloysius. It happened when the COPE report was to be published. This is what is being reported in the CID report as well. Do you think the call was to inquire about their well-being? No, it was for the monetary transaction. The CID has questioned their security officers if they have in-cash checks or not. Among them are Deputy Minister and State Minister from the Kaluthura district.
The renovation of St. Joseph Church in Kulanavar commenced yesterday under the auspices of His Eminence Malcolm Cardinal Randrith, the Archbishop of Colombo.
Minister of Megapolis and Western Development Partili Champika Ranawaka and Parliamentarian S.M. Marikar were among those present for the event.
Those living in the slums were moved to flats, but many have used those places for various crimes without maintaining them properly. I view it as one berating oneself. As people, we need to act with self-respect. If we do not, it's an act of idiocy. When we are given a nice place to live, we must use that place to build a better life. We need to set an example to the people. If we are living in an unclean and untidy place, how can we make use of what is given to us?
A wild elephant sustained severe injuries after it was knocked down by a train in Polonnaruwa.
The railway control room said the elephant was knocked down by a train travelling from Batticaloa to Colombo this morning. The train was delayed by 2 hours as the rail track was also damaged following the accident. Railway control room further noted the operation of trains have resumed. Wildlife Office of Valikonda said elephant is currently being treated, adding that the elephant is 30 years of age.
The ICC reports Sri Lanka captain Dinesh Chandimal, coach Chandrika Hathurasinghe and manager Asanka Gurusinghe have admitted to breaching Article 231, a Level 3 offence which relate to conduct that the contrary to the spirit of the game. The three were charged by the ICC Chief Executive David Richardson on Tuesday for their involvement in Sri Lankan cricket team's refusal to take the field in St. Lucia at the start of Saturday's play, which caused 2-hour delay in the start of the play. Well, with that, we wrap up lunchtime news for the day. Do join us again at 1:55 with the very latest.